So let's start with mine then. So James,
Which one?
I can ask you to
Nissan
and the
or
photos.
Honda?
No, we'll do the Nissan. So Kenji, R36.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what we've got. Okay, so here we go. We'll start.
Nice.
Okay, so I sent our otaku spies to go out hunting, and I told them we have enough stuff on the Z, enough stuff on the Supra, enough stuff on the 8.6, right? We've had that for, we've just been covering that crazy. And the BRZ, the new one, just was introduced yesterday. I don't know if you saw the photos of it. So we were on that.
Yes, I did.
So I said, hey, all right, so give me something with a little more teeth, guys. And Best Car said, hey, we have something. And our otaku said, we're talking to Best Car. We're going to get information on this rendering that they have. And they all delivered. So of all things, a scoop information, this episode is on the next generation Nissan GTR, which we hear is scheduled for 2025. So that's 5 years from now. That's still a ways away. So we're looking way, way far ahead. Okay. So our otakus complained that the development for the next gen car, this R36, has been temporarily halted because of this pandemic. No one could. The things were just too much in the air in the future. So for the time being, they've decided to sell the R35 GTR at least until 2022, maybe longer. So the R35 is going to be here for at least another 2 years. But what seems to have lit the fire at Nissan among their executives is the buzz that the Z, this new Z created, right? Because it's been all over the place. We have Taro, you've been covering it. Kenji says he likes it. So it's, and there has been a lot of love it or hate it, but overall the response has been just amazing for Nissan. So after Mr. Carlos Ghosn's dramatic departure, which we also covered a while ago.
They could use some good news, right?
Yeah, well, a lot of projects that were immediately canceled after the whole Ghosn thing, right? Because Nissan just had to restructure. I mean, it was just a crazy scandal. They cut a lot of programs, right? They're starting to revisit some of them. And some of them have even been resurrected. That's what our spies are telling me.
Okay.
And one of these is possibility of a hybrid-powered GTR. Okay. The thinking behind that project is because the R35 has been just an awesome brand image success. I mean, for Nissan and for people like GReddy, right? I mean, it's just been, it's almost like even if you can't sell, a million units, I mean, just the image that thing brings to a company has been a success
for sure,
and it's been keeping the company in the forefront of performance, and it's injecting excitement into what could have easily been a pretty dull company when you think of it, because they've lost the 240SX, right? In the US, I'm saying. The Z's been old, right? It's been getting old. So the brass are kind of convinced that the R36 should be seriously considering the project should get a green light. So what's been on the drawing board is adopting a mild hybrid system with a 48-volt battery. So and they usually call this 48V for short, right? And it just uses an integrated starter generator. So they call it the ISG, right? ISG. Hybrid, integrated starter generator that allows the engine to switch off when coasting or braking and supplement the gasoline engine under acceleration, while also, keeping the regenerative braking to keep the battery topped up. So while there's a pretty good reduction in fuel use and carbon dioxide, it's not as clean as a plug-in hybrid or PHEV, right? And of course, it's not as clean as a pure EV, but making the GTR a mild hybrid will allow the car to retain the identity of a gasoline-powered badass sports coupe, because most of the power is coming from the engine, gasoline engine, but one that you won't need to charge for several hours. Like even most plug-in hybrids, some of them you don't have to even. They usually have a small engine to. Parallel hybrids have a small engine to keep the battery topped up, but EVs, at the very least, when you're running really low, it's going to take 30 minutes, right? 20 to 30 minutes to get 80%, right? charge. So, you
Is it
know,
gonna be closer to like an i8?
maybe, because, you know, I mean, when you have something like a GTR, let's say you take it to a track or something, you're going to go, you know, you're going to go through fuel or electric power like that. So,
Yeah.
you know, just to keep it fun still. And in 2025, there's going to be new emission targets, right, for companies to follow. So most of the car companies are saying, hey, man, we should just hybrid, make everything hybrid, everything. One cars like the GTR are probably the ones that are GTR, maybe even the Z, will be more apt to be hybrid instead of pure electric, right? So that's where the GTR getting a hybrid is the big news. So the Nissan engineers are thinking about adding the ISG electric motor to the current drivetrain. ISG means integrated starter generator. This means that the GTR will, if they keeps the current engine setup and everything, will receive an extra 30 horsepower. So that'll bring the base model to about 600 horsepower.
Wow.
And 630 for the Nismo, right? At least. And Kenji's going, well, that means 700, 800, 900 for us. You know, but I don't know how you guys will have to up your game, Kenji, because these things are going to be, you know, it's going to be electric car and, you know, hybrids like in the near future, even these performance cars. So, you know, you're going to have to use that mechanical engineering background and get an electrical. Yeah, you need to hire an electrical engineer too. So the motor itself in the R36 will deliver 383, almost 400 pound-feet of torque, of instant torque. So the GTR, the new R36, will be definitely quicker off the line because the motor will be getting it off the line, which will be, it's like that, and then from there the engine could take it over once everything's spooled up. So it could be an incredibly fast car.
Yeah.
Right. So, and the car will probably, they say, will undergo a full design change inside and out. So all I have to say is, and we don't know if it's going to look like these images that you see here, but this is from all the information gathered, the rendering guy at Best Car, who's I've known for like many years, said this is how it will look like. I just don't, God, I hope they don't put on those horrible headlights. I mean, the headlights look pretty bad, right? So, and this is not the color I would get it in either. But, you know, I mean, it's a hybrid car, so it's got to look futuristic. So, you know, they might go with that. Yeah. So when you guys start hearing about information and stuff on the R36 years from now, like a year, next year, a year from, remember, who was first? We have Podspeed, man. GT channel, right, Taro?
Right.
Okay, so I would like to go around the table and kind of get everyone's take on all the stuff I just shared with you, all the scoop, late breaking stuff. And let's start with our guest, Kenji, unless you don't want to go first.
Yeah, sure. I mean, design-wise, I like it. Even the headlights, not too bad.
Okay. It does look futuristic, you know?
Yeah.
And it's instantly recognizable as a GTR.
Yes, yes. Yeah. So that vertical line you see on the front, the bumper, in front of the fender, that kind of has that Nismo, the current Nismo look.
Oh, right.
You know, and just the grill part. So, I mean, it has the current model, like, you know, some of the lines or the features. The tail light kind of immediately thought has that kind of like the new Z.
Yeah, I think they're saying some of the bodies. Yeah, they say some of the body's going to go through the taillights. So I go, what? And I look at it like this. I go, I don't know if I like that. I just like nice, simple, round taillights.
Yeah. The wing is pretty nice, I think.
Yeah, the wing. Yeah.
The whole design. Yeah, futuristic, like something that would come out in the Mandalorian.
Minority Report. Hey, that's Audi though. That's Audi. No, that's Lexus.
The Star Wars. Mandalorian.
Oh, Mandalorian. Yeah. So, Kenji, what do you think about the hybrid route?
Yeah, I mean, I'll start.
Does it make sense?
I mean, for us, it's gonna definitely, like you said, it's gonna be a difficult one. We'll start off with maybe get the lug nuts ready.
Start with the wheels.
Yes, let's start with some accessories. But yeah, I mean, the hybrid side of things or EV, like I know that everybody's kind of going towards it, and a lot of my friends are even contacting me, and like they already shifted to Teslas and
Right.
that. But it's gonna be a challenge for us. But I think with the technology, we might be able to do something. But until we see the car and really learn about it. But I mean, we haven't even touched any hybrid or EV. Oh, I take that back. We did have a turbo kit for a CRZ back in the day, but we pretty much tell how well that
A hybrid, I still think you could probably do stuff with it, right? I mean, it still needs an exhaust. It's still, I mean, it's still, burning fuel, right? So, I mean, you could, if it's turbocharged, you could still throw bigger turbochargers on there. But once it gets to all EV, then what does a company like GReddy gonna do, right? So even though we're looking way, way, way in the future, right? So I kind of like, I mean, EVs are great, but I mean, I still want to be able to go from running out of power to topping it full tank, in like 5-10 minutes instead of 20, 30, 40 minutes, That's why, I mean, I don't mind the hybrid route. I think for supercars, especially if you're going to track them, hybrid makes sense. You could just fill it up with gas. So
I think so.
Yeah. So
yeah.
So you like it?
Yeah, I like it. The overall design looks good, I think.
Oh, you do? Okay. Well, I'll let the best car guys know. So, Mr. McKeown, we're going to go with you.
I really like this shot of the car. I think it's a really good rendition
it looks
of
good here.
What the R35 is. And also I think it's got the stance and disposition of an R32 as well in regards to when you're looking at it. It sits nice with me. I did think that I was looking at the headlights, and I mean, they're a lot to take in. And then and then I had to remember what the ITEL design headlights looked at to say, were they this unique? And so I pulled up the ITEL car. If you bear with me, and I'll just
right, the GTR 35, R35, whatever it's called. Yeah.
The ITEL design one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the headlights on here do look much nicer, I think. But
I like these better.
You can see where they've come to that from there, especially with the bonnet as well and the scoops in. So I think it's nice that they're taking like inspiration from the ITEL design car as well when they're thinking about it as well, which is kind of interesting in a different route. Obviously, me, I differ a little bit from you, Sam, in regards to I think full EV is the way to go. But I mean, look at Europe now with yesterday, the law they're producing, not going to be selling any direct petrol, direct diesel cars in the UK from 2030. Everything's going to be a hybrid. I mean, that's just the bare minimum now. It's going to be a hybrid coming in. And you've got to think, obviously, with them talking about this 2025, they're going to be selling the car for at least 10 years. So it can't just be a direct petrol engine. It has to have a hybrid version for Europe. It would seem to be the thing going forward. So
the emission requirements too, they're going to have to. So, like the CAFE requirements. So
so it makes total sense to me. I mean, I think that 30 horsepower seems a little bit of a low bump for it. I think that with that EV motor, it'll be a little bit more.
It could be. These are just really preliminary reports.
But then I always think it's funny. I mean, how fast does this go to 0 to 60 now, the Nismo version? Just standard?
I mean, 3 seconds or less,
Yeah, it's like less than 3 seconds. I mean, you get to a point is how much faster can you go to like 60? I mean, it's like
ask Kenji that question. He'll they're going for 2.0.
Yeah, well, no, what I mean, but at that point, when you're trying to get next to the traffic lights, does it matter if it's 2.0 or is it 2.2? Does it really matter, Kenji, at that point when the wife's driving?
No,
yeah. I mean, even me, I probably won't need that kind of speed either anymore.
No, but you know what? A lot of people who buy these, well, I don't think a lot of people. I would say a very low percentage of people, but some people who buy these, they like the overall balance, how fast it could go on a track,
Yeah. Of course. And Sam, I think also to your point where you're talking about tracking this all day, I mean, yes, well and do you track a car all day, but you do know as well that we obviously have different track groups that generally will run like a different class. You'd easily have enough time almost by now.
Well, you got to buy another, and then you got to spend another $8,000 on tires too, which you don't want to do.
So you know what I mean? It's like those things. It's not, I think everything within reason is going to be coming down with these for the next 5 years when this comes through. But I do like it. I think it's nice. It's going to be fun. I like that Nissan's going out this way and looking into new things for their sportier range of sorts.
Okay, Taro, you.
I I don't like the color of this car.
Okay, come on. Let's get past the color. I mean, it could
But
be any color.
it is representing the Godzilla Japanese Gundam design. So I think
It still has that Gundam look, doesn't it?
it still has the
Maybe
Gundam
even
look.
more.
Yeah, they've gone a little. The best car guys have gone a little bit overboard with the Gundam look, I think. But I think the way like the Aria has come out, and the way like the Tile Design GTR we've seen, the R35 will look much better than this rendering, I hope.
R36.
R36, yeah, R36 will look much better than this look. But going to the hybrid, I think I'm kind of down to that, with the torque of the electric motor and the gas, engine combined. It could, as you say, Sam, this car could come up with some crazy numbers.
Yeah, crazy number.
And I'm kind of looking forward to that. Yeah. So I'm a thumbs up for this idea. I love the GTR, loved it since R32. So, I'm all for it. I can't wait to see it.
Kenji, Trust in Japan and GReddy here. I mean, either one. What is the highest horsepower GTR that you guys created?
1500 on that
for the R35?
35, yeah.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And it probably hooks up okay because it's all-wheel drive, or no?
I mean, yeah, it's still a challenge we were trying to get into the 8-second. This is back in like
8-second quarter mile.
2010.
Street car, yikes.
Yeah. So it was one of the earlier one before like all these 2000 horsepower cars were coming out. But I mean, it's an amazing car. Like with a dual clutch system, that with the 35, it changed the whole game on the whole, Skyline. Japan even had this whole, 9-second club with the, RH9 group where, you have to be able to run 9 seconds in the Skyline to be in that prestigious club. But I think with the 35, just photons and boost up, you were already running 9 seconds easy. So, but with the new technology, definitely, and with this becoming, with the hybrid and with that kind of instant torque, it's gonna be a pretty amazing car, I think.
So it looks like thumbs up all the way. We all agree that there should be an R36, and we are all okay with it being hybrid, except James says he'd rather have it all EV.
Yes, because I don't like petrol stations.
Yep, all right. Pretty much wraps it up. All right. So you guys be on the lookout for R36 news coming up. You heard it here first.